All right, here we go. I'm going to be reacting to Mujin's video. Can you guys hear the bottle shaking on my mic? Cody, you can't afford my prayers? Oh, fuck me, Red. Really? Gotta say that to me now when I'm about to, like, just inhale this fucking toxic brew that my chat is putting me through right now? Okay. All right. Oh my god, oh, bro, it smells like the fucking tar pits in California. All right, here we go. All right, got the hot sauce on there. Okay. All right. All right. No me pace, Espiritu Santo, amen. Okay, here we go. All right, just going for it. Just wait a few hours, Corey. Ah! Oh my god, dude. Oh! Oh my god, that's worse. That is so much worse. Oh, I feel like somebody just put me under a smelting pot and just poured lava in my face. Oh! Oh, that hurts. Oh, I hate it. I hate it, but thank you for the donations, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the biddies and the kicks. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Oh! I have mixed feelings about Hassan. On one hand, he's a piece of shit every day. On the other hand, if he wasn't, we wouldn't have the Legendary Series. The Legendary Series is awesome. All right, let's start this fucking video.
Now, this might come as a shock to you, but
I'm not
the
even
idea of being railed live on a Twitch stream is not really a new concept. Because back in 2022, that's actually exactly what happened. A woman streamed herself with her boyfriend behind her, and it was just so blatant, so obvious, that it went absolutely viral. In fact,
What?
I can't even show you the full clip because it's that blatant. This video will get age restricted. But yes, this is actually real. And back in 2022, people were shocked, not just because of the act itself, but because it was done on a website where the youngest...
Wait a minute. So your artarded... Your artarded self, Mujin, decided that it'd be a good idea to strictly take the angle of her getting railed. Nothing before that. You want to start off with her getting railed on live. Oh my god, dude. Rev was right about you, dude. You're an idiot.
allowed age to make an account was 13 years old. So obviously, a ban was expected. But the thing is, people were shocked yet again, even more so than the first time, because they realized Twitch banned her only for 7 days.
Oh my god.
Effectively giving her a 1 week
I felt that on my bones.
Ari, but here's
I just did a dab of the bomb hot sauce.
She barely had any following at all. So
because
here's the question of
Vez likes to see me
what if
suffer
this happened to someone
for money.
with a large following? In fact, let's make it more interesting. What if this happened to a VTuber? What's fascinating about this question is that they could technically do this and get away with it without
it's so
suffering any
painful.
consequences, because how would you prove it? You're simply only shown their mind. Well, the good news is that for anyone asking themselves these very important questions, we now finally have an answer. This is
Chat, I'm gonna be blunt about this. If I ever do a boxing match for charity, I'm just gonna snort like a drop of the bomb hot sauce. I want to fight somebody. I want to fight somebody so bad right now. Oh my god, my face. Dude, it literally feels like somebody punched me in the face with brass knuckles.
Because the VTuber Demi found herself at the heart of a scenario that
I gotta take a picture of that for X.
And it was a disaster. What started out as a simple post outlining her fan art preferences,
I didn't even take the whole entire thing, chat.
Feud with another content creator, which would somehow lead people to find a VOD from August 10th, 2025, in which Demi streamed herself playing the game Outer Wilds. This was it. This was the VOD in which people were convinced that Demi was getting railed live on stream, but not just for a few minutes. Some would be convinced that this lasted for over an hour of just constant railing as she was trying her best to hide it by acting normal on stream. I mean, look at this novel here, which is meant to show you all—
Bro, she tried the whole entire boss bitch thing, Mujin, and it didn't work. You are completely negating the fact that she insulted a dude over a self-harm attempt. Dude, this is definitely not a video from Mujin's old days, chat. This is like stupid awful.
All the different timestamps she did something suspicious. This person would even go as far as labeling this whole
okay, meme, you're taking it too far now.
What? Arc 3, Arc 4,
more,
Arc 5.
keep suffering. No, it's just so good. Oh my god, dude.
Because then the narrative would shift into the fact that she was
Please give me a
railed,
break,
yes,
chat.
but by
Please.
another guy, as her boyfriend was sitting in the opposite room.
Give me a break after
Guys,
that
this would
one.
go
I literally
so
have a
incredibly
headache because of the
viral
bomb.
that, yes, not only would it trend on Twitter, but according to the website, there would be over 250,000 posts made about this topic in just
There are no
2
thoughts, only
days.
thoughts.
Tens of millions.
Dude, when it comes
of
to
people
Demi, yeah.
would see these posts, and it would spread all around the globe as far as China. I mean, you can even find people talking about this on Facebook. Hell, this was so significant that there's even a dedicated Know Your Meme page about it now. This has piqued the interest of millions of people, and yet, many have a hard time understanding.
Chat, I just licked my towel. I just licked my fucking towel.
It due to its needlessly complex nature. There are so many layers here. And so I figured I would make a video about
Cheapest of
explaining
thoughts.
everything as objectively as humanly possible.
Bro, if you're being called if you're being called an ethot in China, that's where you know that you're an ethot. That is how you know that this bitch just survives on simps. That's definitely it, dude. Because China doesn't, like, the atypical Chinese culture does not allow for her type of behavior. So if they're shitting on you all the way in Beijing, man, you got a problem, Demi.
So that you can come up with your own opinion about it after understanding it, so that we can proceed to finally move on. Because
If you
I'm
think
tired of
about what
seeing
you're
this on
thinking,
my
then how
feed.
come you're thinking
And
about
so,
what you
without
think?
further
What do you think?
ado, you already know the drill by now. Let's do this. All right, so
Whatever you do, don't rub your eyes. I know, Cruz. I'm like, I have my hands fully on my armrest right now on my computer
Over the
chair.
last few years, she has become one of the top English-speaking independent VTubers on the planet. Whenever she goes live, she averages around 3,400 viewers, with her always peaking around 4,000 to 5,000.
She had the life before this all happened. She had everything given to her on a silver fucking platter because her simps.
The reason why this is significant is because recently Twitch started incorporating a new way to combat viewbots.
Oh my gosh, dude. Does he not cover a single thing of Chibi's side of this the entire video? I have milk.
Implementing an aggressive viewer cap on people it thinks are viewbotting. As an example, Emiru recently had her view count reduced down to 10,000 viewers. During her streams, she usually always peaked around 20,000, and there she was capped at 10,000. This was Twitch saying that it thinks half her viewer count is fake. So,
dude, you've got to be kidding me. Emmy's got half of her audience is fake botting? What the fuck? Bro, I'm watching that VOD in the other window, like, how the fuck did the chat not notice her getting shaboinked? Bro, Cruz, dude, if you've been with a woman, it only takes you one time to figure it out. You can lose your V card and know for a fact that that woman was getting railed live. It's not even that hard. It's not even that hard to fathom. Cody, I just can't stand journalism that doesn't share all sides and just casually defending the wrong side are the most disingenuous. Please tell me that's not what Mujin is doing. Iron, I think that is what he's doing. I literally think that. I think that this is just a Demi support video, and I'm about to shit on it because I'm in pain, and I don't care how he feels.
For now, seeing that Twitch's viewer cap took no effect.
I'm already giving it a thumbs down, and I'm not even a third of the way through the video yet.
But how did she manage to achieve this? Well, for people who are fans of her, it's fairly straightforward. They love her personality and her over-the-top reactions to many different things, whether she's reacting to a video or to a video game. At the same time, her model is very unique and very expressive too. It's easily recognizable, and there are people who watch her purely because they like the way she looks. But just like any big content creator these days, you can't have a fan base without having haters, and Demi
Dude! She went from 280k followers down to 233? BAM!
Definitely has haters. Their main issues with her are that she is a mean girl and that she can be irresponsible with her big platform. As an example, back in February 2026, she would tweet out, "Why is no one talking about the blatant view botting in the VTubing sphere?" And then would proceed to call out someone specifically about this, the VTuber Olivia Monroe.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I missed that tweet.
As far as contacting her talent agency at the time, Mythic Talent, to complain about this. Now, this was definitely controversial when it happened, okay? The problem with viewbotting, the reason why it's become such a big problem, is because unless the streamer themselves says, yes, I'm viewbotting, there's no other way to prove it. So to people who hate or dislike Demi or just disagree with her, this was as if a judge gave someone a death sentence without even bothering to conduct a DNA test.
Oh my god.
Now, we still don't know
you got this? Thank you, Ari.
Because she hasn't streamed since the 26th
of which she's guilty.
And because
okay.
Twitch was not able to implement.
Homie, that doesn't matter. I get it. You want to call out. I get it. You want to call out viewbotting, but at the same time, why does this even matter, Mujin? Like, is there any? The match that lit the flame, full radioactive fallout, the apology.
Implement any view caps on her stream, right? She has to stream again for that to happen. And one example of her using her platform irresponsibly from people who disagree with her is when she would express how she hates when people say that streaming
After
is
this
hard,
video, chat, I am going to play Division 2.
This position. A way smaller streamer would have a
starting
disagreement
to think
with
the internet was a mistake.
And it would lead into drama, with Demi personally calling them out on her stream, even though she has a...
All the simps make these people famous, bro. Why do you think that it's rough for, like, you know, guys like me, Rev, and my boys? Night Owl, Psychro, why do you think it's all hard for all of us? It's because these simps literally dominate the fan base. Why do you think I'm hated by everybody that strokes their dick off to a VTuber model?
A way bigger following than them. So look, just like any content creator, she has supporters.
Thank you for throwing the brick.
She's been in her fair share of drama.
Oh my
I
god.
assure you, there's nothing that she's ever been through in terms of drama that can even compare to the radioactive shit show that you're about to witness. So how did it begin? Well, it would all start on June 12th, 2026, when Demi would tweet out, "Hey, just a reminder, I'm extremely uncomfortable." Oh my god,
my eyebrow is twitching, chat.
But why did you make your VTuber look like that? Just because I like sexy or hot things doesn't mean I want to see porn of it. It's just a VTuber. Who do you think of when you see it?
See, he thinks that this whole entire thing right here is why everybody's hating on her. No, we don't really care that she said this. This is actually a very vanilla take. There's actually nothing hot about this take. This is not a hot take, guys. This is actually pretty... It's not even mild. This is like ice cold.
She would then clarify this point further in the replies, saying, "I just feel like there's so many other content creators who'd love to have artists draw them in that way, and it's wasted effort towards me too. But I'd like to make this clear. I'm completely okay with sexy stuff because I like sexy hot women. I just don't like porn." She would then reply to a couple of people who were confronting her about this point, saying, "What does this have to do with me? I don't go out of my way to stop people from doing what they want whatsoever. I just..."
Yeah, but you tried to police a community that's impossible to police. I know that people do corn type shit with my model, and I'm lowly down here at like 2,023 followers on X, bro. I already know that people do it. I mean, one of them actually is sitting in my chat, but I don't sit there and police her because that's impossible. You can't tell people not to do this when you have VTuber fans, man. It's impossible. I'm not going to sit there and babysit the internet like that. That'd be such a big waste of time.
just like saying my personal boundaries, tourists. So this was straightforward. This was directed
Since
towards the
that was a
community.
cold take,
Hey,
here's
listen,
a
I
hot
personally
one.
don't
The
like seeing
Emperor
my
would be
character
better
in
off if he
specific
turned into
situations,
Dark
but I
King
don't want
Malice.
sexy art.
I will
And so around
shit
6
in your
hours later,
cereal,
the content
father.
creator Chibi Reviews would see her post and would decide to quote tweet it, saying, "So you're uncomfortable with NSFW
Notice how it's all blacked out because Demi blocked him, by the way.
art of yourself, but repost NSFW art of yourself. This level of virtue signaling has stun-locked me." A minute later, he would edit his post to remove the first sentence and would just say, "This level of virtue signaling has stun-locked me. Look at the repost." And so the repost in question would be Demi reposting art of her character in which she's showing a lot of skin, right? You have big stars that are covering her breasts, but at the end of the day, her character was wearing somewhat of a skimpy bikini, right? Now, normally something like this wouldn't really be very significant. People disagree with each other on Twitter all the time. They call out each other all the time. It's just the nature of the website and its algorithm.
Holy
the reason why this was
fuck,
significant,
bro.
though, wasn't necessarily because the post itself,
Before or
but it was
after the
because of
hot sauce
person who
runs?
was
Dude, I'll
posting.
probably be stuck to my
Chibi
toilet all
reviews.
weekend
And
now.
for you to really understand the situation that's currently
Glad I can
unfolding,
legally
you have to understand who
copyright
this
my
guy
model.
is.
Bro, you quite literally, dude, you can't do that. I mean, if you want to police up everybody that does something to your model because you got copyrights to it, I mean, go ahead, but 9 times out of 10, bro, it's going to turn bad for you. I'm making that observation. You can do whatever you want. I'm just giving my opinion.
Chibi Reviews would make his YouTube channel around 12 years ago, and he would do exactly what his name entails. He would review anime. But even back then, he would get himself into some pretty rough drama just reviewing anime. Some people would disagree
Like the
with his
goon
takes,
stuff
some
people
would
made me
find it
just
cringy,
saying,
and
I
it
know.
would lead to a number of people to find out that Chibi's older brother actually
Hey, bud,
died
also,
from
Jesus,
suicide.
great
This
line
would
to
prompt
enter
another
in.
YouTuber by the name of
Tell
That
us how
Anime
you really
Snob
feel.
to make a
Shit
video
in your
criticizing
father's
Chibi,
cereal.
making
No,
fun
shit
of his
in
dead
father's
brother. This was
cereal.
back in 2018,
Father's
and back
father
then, the wider
meme.
anime community was absolutely shocked that someone would
Even
say
if you have a
something like
copyright
this.
on it, there's
At the
still
time, Chibi
exceptions
Reviews would get
they can
full
use to
support
get
from other
around.
content creators that
That's
were his
also
friends,
another valid
like
point.
the anime YouTuber Mother's
Hey,
Basement,
Dominic, how are
giving
you
his
doing,
full
buddy?
support. And also Jerry Biziger, otherwise known as the Anime Man, saying, "How dare you say this to my friend? I hope you rot in hell." So drama has always been somewhat present in Chibi's life, but it would be nothing compared to what he would have to experience in the following years. You see, around the early 2020s, Chibi would start shifting his content more from just anime to anti-censorship and anti-tourist rhetoric. In other words,
Yep. It's exactly why we love Chibi.
government should stay away from what I post on the internet, and people who don't understand anime should stay away from anime. So what defines a tourist? Well, to Chibi it was simple. If you were someone who found LOLI to be repulsive, I can't say that word on YouTube, but in a nutshell, it's underage characters found in anime, then you were a tourist and you deserve to be called out for it. Also, if you found siblings doing the deed, so incest, to be repulsive or disgusting, then you
Mujin, no, that's not what it means. It means small person. You are, dude. You're being a one-sided, grifting little piece of shit to Demi right now. This is not biased, bro. You're being an ass.
you were also very clear.
You're literally taking cheap shots at Chibi in your fucking video, dude.
Clearly a tourist, and you deserve to be called out for it. You don't belong.
Is
in the
Chibi
anime
in his
community.
comment
He would
thread?
make these points constantly, and while yes, he would grow a fan base, he would also grow a significant amount of people who hated his guts. And on October 3rd, 2024, his life would change forever due to those haters that hated his guts. He would post a clip from the anime Dandadan, saying the animators didn't need to go so hard for this scene, and in this clip we can see one of the two main characters who's in high school almost get taken advantage of, let's say, by a bunch of aliens. And it would go mega viral. I mean, 21 million views.
Damn.
This is the kind of post you see if you're a normie with a freshly installed Twitter app. And barely 2 days later, he would find out that, well, due to this post, he would get doxxed.
Yes. Chibi and I have actually had DMs about all of the mentality that he went through while this was going on, while he got doxxed. And I hope to God, Mujin, you better not be a pussy, dude. And you better call out those doxers for being evil, dude. I know a lolly VTuber who's in her mid-20s and has some kind of legal expertise. I don't want to get scolded and say lawyer, though. Rebecca from Cyberpunk is best girl, also is lolly, but not underage at all. It means small woman. It literally means small featured woman. That's literally the Eastern translation for it. It's fucking dumb that people call him a Cheto because of that.
Someone would post actual images of the house that he lived in, as well as his brother's grave. And by the way, these aren't the only things that are available when it comes to Chibi's private information on the internet. There are literal wikis out there that contain every single address he has ever lived in his life, as well as his job history and the place he worked at.
See? It's the same thing that happened to me. I got a whole entire KF thread and a wiki page dedicated to the things that I've done in my life. They've literally made up half of the jobs that I've worked. It's retarded.
October 6, 2024, a day later, he'd find out that the people who actually doxed him were Boruto fans.
He didn't do anything.
Showcasing some of the things that were being...
See, that's the point. Chibi didn't do anything that deserved what Demi did to him. Demi literally shat all over him for a bad mental episode that he went through when he got doxed. And finding out his girlfriend cheated on him all at the same time within a week, that would drive any man insane. Especially the fact if he was a loyal man. And he was. He stuck to her. And then found out like 4 days after he gets doxed everywhere, like his actual house he lives in, finds out that this woman who he gave an engagement ring to cheated on him. It's insane.
Said to him, like, if I ever saw you in real life, I would stomp the brainstem out of your head and spit on your shaking corpse, and would tell everyone that he bought a gun, so they're more welcome to come to his house to find out. He would also start a fundraiser, claiming that he was going to sue the people who doxed him. After raising $17,000, the fundraiser would, well, get taken down. When people brought it up, he would block them, and eventually he would explain to his community that he had to use these funds for urgent bills and emergencies, and for the most part, if we're going to look at it objectively, his community, the same people who donated, were fairly okay with it. But if...
Yes, we were okay with it. You know why we were okay with it? Because the dude was getting stomped, like, everywhere. His friends were a bunch of backstabbing little bitches. We fucking get it. He had shit to pay for. Jesus Christ. You said that so nonchalantly, Mujin. So much for, again, that biased... that biased opinion of yours, dude.
If you thought that's where things ended, you'd be mistaken. Because on April
that burp was for Mujin.
Very recent.
Fuck,
someone
dude.
Posted an image of themselves holding a shovel standing right behind Chibi Review's
He deserves that A10.
Grave. They would quote tweet something that Chibi was saying and say,
"He's got
quotes,
Zac Efron's Instagram,
referencing how Chibi doesn't.
I mean, what did Chibi even do? Get the internet on his ass?
Children, and then would continue with compelling argument.
It's the whole entire lolly verse Cheto bait argument. He argues that lollies are small people with small features, and they happen to be women. Some people some internet tourists take that quite literally as him being a Cheto. That he likes little girls, and he likes to fondle them, and all kinds of other stuff. While he's been in a relationship the entire time. That is literally all that Chibi did. That's it. That's why half the internet hates him.
I'm digging up your brother and turning him into a chair. Now, it would turn out later that this image was AI generated, but initially, of course, it caused a lot of uproar, and it also caused a lot of celebration, right? It's important to point this out. For example, this Reddit post with 14,000 upvotes was literally referencing what had happened to Chibi in regards to that image. This really would go out of control, right? On April 20th, someone would post, found Chibi's brother's grave, LMFAO, and they would literally link his grave. And that whole thing about turning his brother into a chair, well, someone would post an image of a wooden chair in the form of a skeleton. And under it, I mean, this is going to be blurred, obviously, but under it, you could see the real name of Chibi's brother, his date of birth, where he was born, the date of his death.
Yeah, they went fucking evil on Chibi, and it was unacceptable. This is what happens when you have toxic simps in VTubing, guys. This is their final form. Of course, it's a Palestine flag. Do not be like these people. These people are fucking evil. They're the same people that had Crystal swatted. They're the same people that called my job and got me fired. They're the same people that goddamn fucking doxed every ounce of Chibi's life. This is a bunch of horse shit, Mujin.
And the exact place where he's buried, like the actual address. 4 days later, Chibi would find out that there was someone on Kiwi Farms, I don't know whether it was jokingly or seriously at this point, to be honest, trying to convince a teenager to go to Chibi's house and assassinate him.
Yep, thank you for that A10 burp. That's for all you toxic little people in the VTubing world. You're pieces of garbage. Jigs was asking me what the hell I wanted to change. I want to point out that good men in the VTubing space are better than these shit assholes. That's what I'm trying to point out.
For $200. This would prompt Chibi to call law enforcement. Now, I can totally understand that if this is your first time hearing about this guy, you're probably absolutely shocked, like your jaw's probably on the floor. Don't worry, that's a totally reasonable reaction. In any case, this leads me to the main point I want to make in telling you all this. When it comes to how people feel about Chibi, I'd say they can be divided into 3 different categories. Category 1 is people who are loyal to him and are his biggest fans. They believe
okay, I'm in the first category.
If he's 100% right, and that every bad thing that happened to him over the years was unwarranted, undeserved.
Yeah, it was unwarranted and undeserved.
Category 2, I'd say, is probably the majority of people, and it's people who maybe are neutral towards him or maybe completely disagree with him. But even so, Category 2 believes that this shit simply went way too far. It doesn't matter.
No, it isn't. That's horseshit. There's nothing going far when you're trying to protect yourself. That was my view on it. I mean, dude, if you were getting hundreds of memes every day that your brother can be made into a wooden skeleton chair from his bones, knowing exactly where he's buried, I would go. If you did that to my little brother, if you did that to my little sisters, absolutely, I would call the police. I would call them.
No matter how much you dislike.
I don't care if the whole entire hit is less than $200. I'd still do it.
Like someone, threatening to dig up their dead brother is insane, and it's crossing every red line.
Time to bring back
spankings.
spankings.
Last category, category 3.
What up, Spider?
Believe that Chibi is a full-fledged pedophile.
They go low, you go
same rank
lower.
as Epstein, and that he not only deserves.
Yeah, but then when I go lower to the people who were here at the beginning of the stream before we reacted to the Rev video, if I go lower, they do things like try to get my freaking page banned and mass report me over stupid shit. Literally, chat watched me delete 2 posts at X request because they were mass reported. That's retarded.
Deserves every.
And there was nothing even bad about them. It was just their feelings got hurt by what I said.
Single thing that has happened to him over the years, but he actually deserves way worse. Now, what's really interesting about Category 1 is that even though they're not millions of people, they still hold influence because many of them are very vocal. And I'm going to show you an example. Around a month ago, Internet Anarchist, a YouTube channel with almost 2 million subscribers, would make a 30-minute video about Chibi reviews.
Oh my god, really?
Chibi would see this and would tweet multiple times about how much he dislikes this video, how he thinks it's slander, and how it's defamation. Him simply tweeting this would send his loyal supporters to come and brigade the video. It's currently sitting at 4,000 likes and almost...
Yes, and then we found out that the Internet Anarchist is a plagiarizing little tramp stamp anyway. So what the fuck are you bringing this even up for, Mujin?
7,000 dislikes, with thousands of comments, many of the top ones completely disagreeing with the video itself. In their opinion, Internet Anarchist was justifying the bad things that happened to Chibi simply because he likes fictional drawings of underage children, and that the biggest mistake he did was simply shitposting, trash talking online. So the point of this yapathon was to show you that Chibi calling out Demi like this wasn't insignificant. Once he signaled that he disliked something, once he signaled that someone was being a tourist or a hypocrite.
Oh my god, this is the angle that you're going with? So all of us that are defending him are just doing it out of blind loyalty? That's your synapses? You're not even talking about the mental frustrations that he went through, Mujin.
In this case, Category 1 viewers will go
You're
to
not
that
even
post
touching the
and
topic,
brigade
bro.
it. That's exactly what happened.
In the end,
Demi
Mujin
would
is
notice
just another
this,
simp.
right? She made this post specifically for her community.
Tanuki, if I recall correctly, back when I was actually doing live reactions to Mujin's videos, if I remember correctly, I believe it was you and one other person that started to tell me, watch, one day you will see that man become a simp. And not even a month later, the whole Sykkuno thing happened, and you proved me wrong. And thank God that you did.
Community and would see these people come brigade her post, and so instead of ignoring Chibi,
I've seen people try to become anime girl IRL, triggers my flight or fight response. Anime kids don't even look like real kids because if they did, I fucking run for dear life. So, yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're probably thinking, Mujin, you just told me about how this guy went through the 7 layers of hell, but you're telling me he also got cheated on? Yes. And this will be the last bit of
this will be the last bit
context you need to understand what the hell Demi's talking about. 2 months before someone posted that AI-generated image of them digging up Chibi's brother, on February 12, 2026, Chibi would tweet out, "Just lost my fiancé, my best friend, and my entire friend group in 24 hours. I have never been more alone than right now." This would also go extremely viral at almost 20 million views, 6,000 replies. Many people had things to say, whether it was to show him support or gloat. But it was mostly gloating, as you can see from some of the top replies. Chibi would then make a video further explaining what happened. In it, he'd reveal that his fiancée of like 10 years cheated on him with his best friend, someone that he's known for a very long time, I believe since childhood. Now, this is already horrible, right? But somehow it got worse, because the friend group that he shared with his fiancée, upon hearing this, upon finding out that she cheated on him, would still somehow side with her, okay? Completely ditching Chibi and continuing to hang out with her and his ex-best friend, even though he had just...
I will say this right now, chat, and this will probably be on YouTube as well. I think that his friend group is the biggest bunch of bitches that you could ever possibly be friends with. You don't do this, dude, and call yourself friend. The moment that you do this and you side with a hoe that cheated on somebody, you're not a friend anymore. Oh, Tanuki, thank you for the 100 bits, buddy. And yet, I have no idea why. But this feels like foreshadowing, and yet, I have no idea why. Thank you for the 100 bits, Tanuki. The problem... Men take friendship very much differently than women do. Women are catty. And I'm not meaning that to be insulting, ladies. I'm not meaning to do that at all. But when a situation happens with your friends, you guys act like cats. You guys hiss at each other. You go behind each other's backs. You do all that. But when a friend backstabs another friend and there are two guys, we go for contact. Face to face. Sea of Legos and use syringes. I hope Mujin stubs his toe for a week straight. Dude. He's not even being biased here. This is so a video for Demi.
Gone through probably the worst moment in his life. According to him, this would lead him to drive out into the wilderness with a bunch of drinks and hope to leave this planet. He'd then say that one of his online friends would panic about him, call emergency services, and have him be picked up and sent to a hospital. And that's why he survived. Now look, obviously this doesn't happen every day. Someone cheating on you with your best friend, that sounds like something you'd find in a movie, like a nightmare scenario. But the fact that the friend group also sided with the fiancé, that was crazy. And what really didn't help here is that whenever someone...
Yep. People said my girlfriend doesn't exist, but explain this. She's also camera shy, which is understandable. Anyways, back to the fair. Yeah, he was having fun with his girlfriend, too. It's really ridiculous.
Someone online would say that Chibi is a virgin or that no woman loves him as an insult, Chibi would constantly flex the fact that he had a girlfriend or a fiancé, right? So him revealing this information to the...
Hell, if I had one, I'd constantly flex her. Yes, I would. If I had a chick that actually loved me for me and had the same values that I do and wanted the same goal as me, which is to have a family and a couple of kids, hell yeah, I would fucking brag about that until the day I die. Especially if you find one that's loyal. Hell yeah.
The world essentially meant that people were never going to let this go. However, at the end of the day,
I've got two friends and I know they got my back whenever I need them.
Things that happened
and they know they can count on me.
It's also one of the most significant things that
you want to know something, dude? That is the way that it's supposed to be. Okay? I've got 9 dudes on speed dial outside of my mom and all my siblings and my dad. My speed dial is nothing past number 6, but all of my military buddies.
happened to him in his content creation career. After some time recovering, he would tweet this out saying, "Seeing how happy it would make my haters if I died, I live out of spite. Also seeing what I've seen today, I'm going to double down too out of spite." Before I go any further, to those that reached out, I promise to respond and go through it all later. I noticed a lot of pattern recognition from certain groups too today. Always the party of acceptance people, multiple flags are a big indication too. Certain usage of gifs as well, animals pretending to be human with subpar intelligence. I am also...
Yep. Yeah, they pretty much did. You want to know why I didn't shut up after the whole Vex thing? Because I literally doubled down on the fact that they wanted me to shut up. You have made me into a broke person that literally I only rely on 2 sources of income. 1, my VA check, and 2, what I make on social media, dude. You took my 3rd option from me, which was a majority of what I get paid every year. You forced me to downgrade my life to where I'm not comfortable at all. And I hate you for it. So I'm going to double down on that, and I'm going to make you guys all look like assholes for doing so. That includes Lady Voldemort, too. I'll get to that in a second.
So pro-ICE.
Well, I'll get to it in a hot minute in life, because the company that I'm going through with right now is giving me some challenges.
And I think illegal immigrants should not be in my country. So this tweet was fairly significant because it pretty much showed us 2 things. The first thing
around the corner this month flew by fast. Yeah, I know, Tanuki.
Content creation. This was not simply about anime or tourists or free speech and anti-censorship. This was now also about political content. And the second thing here was that he was going to continue doing what he's always done, rage baiting and posting about his controversial opinions while calling out people he disagreed with very openly. But now this would be amplified. He would do it more and on a different level. Here's an example. As far as I'm aware, based on his online history, I don't think he would have quote tweeted a post like this a year or 2 ago. No, this is recent. And from then on, he would also make it a point to talk about how many impressions he's getting on the website and how much money he's making. In this post, he would flex that he was making almost $2,000 while thanking his haters for paying for his bills. All right, I promise. Now you know all the context you need to know about Chibi in this video. When it came to Demi's reply though, one can interpret it in multiple ways. The first one could be, oh, she noticed she's being brigaded, she sees the source who's causing this, and the only thing she genuinely knows about Chibi is the fact that he's that guy that got cheated on, seeing how viral that tweet went. The second interpretation is that she saw where this was coming from, she found it to be Chibi, and she decided to be a mean girl. Hell, you might even think it's both interpretations, up to you. Point is, she thought this was an easy slam dunk, and it kind of was. She did end up ratioing him, and to people who actually use this website, this means that it's somewhat of a victory. Chibi would reply to her reply and say, so you avoid answering why you retweet NSFW every avatar despite being upset about it in your post, then you cheer on cheating. Interesting. This would prompt Demi to say, my bad for not wanting to see my model getting pounded. If people want to keep drawing it, then it's their choice, but I'm just not going to support it. Does that make sense to you now? And she would include a screenshot of exactly what she said in the reply.
We don't care about this reply, Mujin. Well, we do, because she didn't apologize. That's about the only thing with this response that any of Chibi's fans and mutes care about. Literally this post.
Her post, saying, I'm completely okay with sexy stuff because I love sexy hot women. I just don't like porn. To which Chibi would say, so you could have answered first like this, but used personal attacks and cheered cheating. Not a good look. Now look, as a normal employed person watching this video, you might think to yourself, okay, well, I guess this is where things end. It's a public spat. These two had mean things to say about each other. I'm sure people will move on. Well, no. Things would get so bad in the coming 2 days that people would forget what started this to begin with. This was...
No, we didn't. We just didn't care. There's a difference between forgetting about it and not giving 2 shits. Most of the internet did not care about her cold as fuck take about not wanting to have her VTuber model boinked. Mujin. You're completely missing that, bro. It's like flying over your head, dude, like a B-2 bomber, bro. Like, holy fuck balls, my dude.
Nothing more than the spark that lit up Chernobyl.
Dude.
Just so we're clear here, The spat between Demi
Exactly,
and Chibi would
Chad.
occur on
Thank
June
you.
13th.
Thank you, Tanuki.
It really would take less than 24 hours for this to become very significant.
No, we don't,
With people
Mujin.
even drawing fan art about this
We were very
incident.
soft on
But
her.
even
Yeah, that's
before these
exactly
24 hours had
it.
Passed, even during June 13th, this would escalate to another level. When
If
the YouTuber
if it flew
4chan
over his head
would
like
quote tweet
the
what
average
Demi said
Night
to
Lord.
Chibi, right, asking Archie the one that was cheated on, and saying, "Guys,
It's too bad Mujin's too stupid to realize what you just said.
Point
Meme.
and laugh at him for it, LMFAO. Your own ex abused you in 2024. Gathering sympathy for your own abuse."
Oh yeah, I responded to this from Parrot 4chan. I responded to this actually.
But then turning around and making fun of someone else's abuse, you are a hypocrite, Demi. There will be an image attached here of a post Demi made talking about this abusive relationship a while back, in which she described the terrible things that were being done to her. Now, this post would be significant because many people who were disagreeing with Demi or having a problem with her didn't really know her that well, didn't really understand her history. This would start a new narrative.
That's horseshit. I knew exactly who she was. She was just a goofy little goober that had freakouts every now and then, but those past freakouts were excusable because they were over nothing. But then you decided to make fun of a dude during Men's Mental Awareness Month while all of us straight dudes are dealing with all of these pride psychos telling us that we should all die every 5 minutes. That's why you got butchered on the internet, metaphorically, YouTube. That's why you got butchered, woman. That's literally it. You picked a time where we're literally defending ourselves against the Quangos of the internet, of the VTubing sphere. That's why we all took offense to this and told you to shut the fuck up. That is exactly why.
She wasn't just a hypocrite because of her NSFW takes. No, forget about that. She is now a hypocrite when it comes to relationships.
4chan is still up.
At the lowest point when she had been in one too.
No, Parrot 4chan is an account, a very, very drama-worthy X account. Oh my god, I'm in so much facial pain right now. I forgot what I was saying.
What some others also pointed out was that ex of hers had actually stabbed her, and Demi claimed that this was because she was trying to save him from a suicide attempt. A while ago, she had even made a post saying that she does not regret doing that, and that if you make fun of it, you're an absolute waste of air. So now she wasn't just a hypocrite when it came to relationships, she was a hypocrite when it came to mental health. More specifically, suicide, because Chibi was about to leave this planet due to what happened to him with his ex. Another narrative popped up, with people digging up old tweets of hers where she was saying Happy Men's Day to my fellow men. To the people criticizing her, this meant that she never cared about men's mental health because she's so easily making fun of Chibi and what he went
Yeah. Yeah, I smoke checked her on this post too.
through. And still, on the same day.
And then this happened. Den Tech. This chick actually DM'd me. This chat. That's why I ended up posting it. This chick actually DM'd me this. She didn't share it to me publicly. She shared it in DMs. She was like, if you're standing up for Chibi, you might want to see this. And yes, I'm an actual woman, and I'm calling her a horrible-ass woman in VTubing. And I was like, whoa, damn! Okay, what's this? And then, come to find out, she's getting boinked.
Okay, a third narrative would pop up. This user would post a 2-minute clip from a VOD from 10 months ago in which Demi was playing the game Outer Wilds.
Oh, hey, notice this on the post, chat. Notice this. She oh, shit. What's the... Oh, my God. Oh! Hot Sauce Challenge has me not thinking of words. She plain texted herself in the fucking call
They would
out.
say, big talk from someone who got on stream, afraid
Get
of
the feeling that I
NSFW,
don't want to
my
know
ass,
what you mean
tagging
by
both
that.
Demi and
Jigs,
Chibi.
what's
Now,
up?
this was very
Getting clapped on
significant
stream is
because
wild.
This post had received almost 10
It's just the way that it
views.
works, Jigs.
And
By the way, a
within
great
literally just
interview
day,
today,
we're
buddy.
Still June 13th, 3 different narratives
Absolutely
were
loved
created,
it and had a
all
good
attacking
time,
Demi
Bo.
at the same time. This is when she would proceed to make a post.
Twitch,
on Twitter
blind,
saying,
yeah.
I was too busy in Japan
I
to
agree
see
with
what
you
happened
there.
on Twitter. What I meant by NSFW, since a lot of people are confused,
Goes
I'm
in
okay with
painful,
lewd,
comes out
never have
painful.
not been
Shut
okay
up,
with it. I
Faz.
just don't like seeing people fuck. Lol.
Yeah,
To
we
me,
gotta
being
do
a
it
bitch,
again.
That's nothing new, and I've never been nice to
Set up a time and date, bro. I'm just telling you right now, the whole entire month of July, I can't do it.
people I don't care about / respect. Y'all are so bored that someone that just doesn't like porn made, you personally get riled up. I just genuinely can't really care. If you don't want to respect it or even try to see what I meant, I see no reason to be even respectful remotely to some losers. I'd be lying
This is the post I responded to where she blocked me.
if I said I was sorry. She would then continue and say, was it right to do what I did? No, but I never pretended to be a role model whatsoever and openly
I also responded on this one too.
hate other people, so who's surprised on that? To the people bringing up what happened with my relationship,
Mujin, you're fired.
We practically moved on from it too. If you actually watch my streams,
Like I said, he went from an average in 6 hours of like 1.8 to 2 million views on his videos, and where's this one at? 333k views in a 24-hour period. That's how much of a hit Mujin took, and now he's taking an even bigger one with this one.
he's on it all the time, and we're happy as fuck just taking a break from streaming in Japan. I've never hid that whatsoever. To the people
Well,
who
you
think
didn't
I'm
lose
not a
much.
good YouTuber, never did the norm, and I don't plan to cry about it, pussy. She would then reply to 2 different replies, one supporting her and one shitting on her, and the latter said,
Squidorable made a Mujin video! What's up, Squiddy? Shout out to Squiddy. Hey, Mod, shout out Squidorable.
so you're a massive bitch who mocks people for traumatic events that made them suicidal. Got it. Good to know. If you actually didn't bother to do any introspection, you're a sad person and speaks to your true nature. To which Demi would say, yeah, honestly, if we're talking about Chibi here, I don't sincerely care. I was genuinely surprised he was the guy. The person supporting her would say, I feel like that should have been obvious to them. If we say NSFW, a lot of the times it is about people getting fucked or nudity. To which Demi would say, yeah, but they just want to farm Twitter engagement because they're poor as fuck and have nothing else to
And that's where my post came in about calling us all poor little losers. That one right there, June 13th.
earn on. The OG post was obvious as fuck. So this post clarified her position on everything going on, but also confirmed that unlike what some people were saying that she had left her abusive ex, no, she was actually still
Bro, this bomb hot sauce, it'll like go away and then it'll come back. Just as vicious.
with that same person, and they had solved things, that they're now happy together and having a good time in Japan. On the next day, June 14th, she
Also
would
unrelated
reply
to the
this
video,
post
but I need
again
to say this
and
now
say,
before
"To
you
add to
lock
this,
in. The
I
Blood
talked to my
Ravens
community
stole
about
the
what
fucking
people were
Emperor.
saying. I was confused with some people calling me a hypocrite.
Cody, for
I do
funsies,
advocate
could you
mental
react
health
to
for women and
Jackson's
men.
video
I,
on
however,
him
do not care
criticizing
about
Red?
cheating. I made the
I mean,
mistake
if
of
you
saying
want
the
me
first
to.
thing that came out of my
Sure,
head when
give me
seeing
the link
username,
in
but I
Discord,
should have
Bear.
been the better person and said nothing. I've learned to hold my tongue in most things, but I legit got surprised
Put it in the reaction tab in the Discord, bro.
seeing the username and the association with it. For people who think I'm backpedaling, no. I'm sorry for slipping up and not thinking before talking, but I'm not sorry for what I said, to be honest, especially that it was towards him. He's a piece of shit and everything about him is disgusting to me. Not because he got cheated on, but because he's a weirdo in general. For the original post, I didn't make the post for people to delete art of me. I did it just as a reminder of my stance, which hasn't changed. It annoyed me that people have the time to scroll on my page but not take the time to literally read the OG post and the reply not an hour after specifying what I exactly meant. So yeah, it annoyed me when all the blue badges came crawling in. My bad to my community for getting into drama again.
Uh-oh. She read my tweet, guys.
I know I'm not losing anything valuable when it's this type of crowd. Pancakes and waffles. Also, I'm not stupid.
Got it.
I know me
Thank
saying
you,
my
Bear.
stance on the porn thing isn't going to stop people from doing it. The post was for people who cared about my stance. So she would clarify here, hey, I probably shouldn't have said anything to Chibi and just ignored him. I do advocate for mental health for women and men, but I just don't care
Yeah, we don't fucking believe you, Demi.
about Chibi. She would also specify, yes, she acknowledges the Streisand effect, right? When you don't want people to know something, then people start talking about it more in regards to nudity, but she doesn't care about that. She was just making
I'm literally sucking on a piece of ice right now, chat. That's what I'm doing.
a post talking directly to her community. That's it. After this post would get made, Chibi would tweet this out, saying, instead of apologizing and making peace, she doubles down in latest post and blocks me. I think this says a lot about them. And he would show a screenshot of Demi blocking him. He would then find out about her new reply that she made where she talked to her community, and he would also comment on it, saying, says sorry, not sorry. I just hate Chibi because he's a weirdo and will cheer on cheating because of it. Locks replies, treats me worse than the boyfriend that stabbed her in the leg that she's still with. Someone knows they are getting pushback. So look, by now I'm sure you can understand
She couldn't stand on her own opinion. Weak sauce as fuck.
and how things have already started to spiral. And depending on your algorithm, depending on who you agree with, depending on how hard you look, you could find two very differing opinions at this point. The first group was
Glad
focusing
you
on Demi, and the
finally
second
made a
group was
reaction
focusing
part
on
of
Chibi.
your
This would,
Discord.
however,
Last time I
escalate
was there,
to another
I had to
level
either
when Chibi
DM you
would
the
post
video
again.
I wanted
This
you to
time
react
a
to,
video with him
or had to
saying,
tell you
addressing
that
the
I
VTuber
sent it
drama,
into
how
the
she
general
went mask
chat.
off,
Yeah,
and how I was personally
I've been making
attacked.
slow
Linking
improvements
your video, and the thumbnail is
because
Demi
I'm not
with
in the
text on her
Discord.
saying
Okay,
she
I got
attacked
you,
her.
Iron.
In it, he would talk more about the things I already mentioned in this video. He'd call her a hypocrite. He'd say that she doesn't care about men's mental health because she...
Yeah, Chibi pretty much defended himself against everybody coming after him because it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I watched this video, and he's 100% valid in every critique that he made.
Attacked him and doesn't care.
He actually covered this topic better than Mujin is, and Mujin has a video that is almost an hour long.
That it almost made him leave the planet, etc., etc. Now, just like how on Demi's post, most of the replies were negative, the same thing can be said here on Chibi posting the video. So as I said, two very differing opinions, and you could find those opinions on the posts of these two, right? So look, this video would get a lot of attention from both sides, and the new narrative, other than the three others that we already spoke about, was that Demi was attacking Chibi. She was the aggressor, and he was the victim. Seeing all this, Demi would make another post, saying, addressing the drama, live right now, linking a Twitch channel.
Yeah, this was bait into a 24-hour live stream VOD, which goes against TOS, might I add. Again. She's got 2 TOS violations from Twitch. Twitch hasn't done anything. If I were to start something like this, because I am a chud dude that's straight, my channel would be banned into oblivion. I mean, look at what everybody did to me, guys, at the beginning of stream on X. On 2 simple little posts that were damn harmless. And my chat even saw it. You little lefts are fucking pathetic. You really, really are. You guys are fucking pathetic.
That does 24-hour reruns of past Demi streams, baiting people to click on it. This post would go as far as being community noted, with a note saying, the linked Twitch stream is a 24/7 rerun channel replaying VODs, not a live broadcast. But while
Wow. I didn't know that she got community noted on it.
some would call this
Unless I'm forgetting that detail, chat.
top-tier troll, there was a looming shadow that was making
Because you don't have tits or a front
the clip
facing
of her allegedly
penis
getting wailed
that's
on stream was truly
Oh my
blowing
God.
up. Like, I mean, it was going
Oh,
viral.
woe is
So
me.
much so that a user would make fan art of Demi getting piped while all
Oh, damn. I'm a straight dude on Twitch that's in the VTubing space. Smite him! You guys have tried 4 times to smite me off the internet, and you failed every fucking time. You know why? Because I'm like a little fucking mind virus to you people. You guys don't want to leave me the fuck alone. You want to keep up your parasocial fucking behavior. Every time that you guys come down on me like you think that you're gonna hurt me or something, I just explode in viewership anyway. Every time that you guys come down on me and try to nit at me, every time I stand up for myself, I gain viewers from it. I literally gain followers, subs, bits, all of it. You all haters are my best advertisement ever. And I can't thank you because the things that you're doing are the most degenerate, vile pieces of shit things, like get me fired, get me doxxed. I'm not going to thank you for that behavior, but you're also being a fucking little loser too about it. But you being a loser has gotten me over 2K. There are very few male VTubers that are over 800 followers right now on any platform. And I'm almost at 2,000 on one streaming platform. I'm over 2,000 on X, and my kick is catching up. So thank you, haters. Thank you for being miserable pieces of shit in your own brains. You can keep on stalking me all you want. I don't give a fuck.
also making fun of the incident where she was stabbed, right? Saying, please don't
They
let him
really
find
are.
out, otherwise he'll
They
stab
are the
you with
most
the
vile
scissors
people,
again,"
but they
effectively
put your
making it
name
seem
out
like
there.
she was
Yeah,
fucking her
exactly.
boyfriend. Now, Demi would, for some reason, quote tweet this fan art. She would
And just remember, chat, I'm the guy that doesn't block people too, by the way. My block list is literally 5 people, and I've shown it off on stream before. 5 goddamn people. If I was a pussy at their level, or I was weak-minded at their level, I would just block everything that was negatively said about me. Like every VTuber does. Like Demi does.
Not, however, address this whole getting railed on stream thing. So I don't know.
We are
why she
men. We
decided
are
to
straight.
tweet
We
this
won't be
post in
silenced
particular,
by this
but here's
bitch.
what she had to
Thank
say.
you, meme.
Chibi fans want to preach about
Amen.
men's mental health while making fun of a man's suicide attempt. I got slashed accidentally.
Coulda have a fat
when I
ass,
pulled
but the
the
world
scissors
will
away
never
from him,
know
trying
now.
to save his life from a horrible decision. Their obsession with the cuck fantasy also checks out. I had no idea that Chibi Reviews tried to take his own life, and I don't wish that upon anyone. As I said before, I don't care about the guy in general. I'm not going to apologize to a guy who dated a teen when he's pushing 30, scammed his fans out of thousands of dollars of a lawsuit that never happened. Never in my life have I heard of people siding with a cheating future wife in any scenario, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not surprised the guy doesn't understand boundaries/consent. If you want to hate me through how I speak and carry myself, fair game. However, if you're going to always complain about harassment in Twitter and cause harassment on me getting physically harmed, it makes zero sense. Anyway, I'm gonna continue my Japan trip.
Demi, you're not worth what it costs for me to buy a box of 9mm ammo. You're not even worth it. So stop saying that people are going to physically do stuff to you. Because logical men think about how much it would cost. And by God, you are not worth it, lady. Not even worth it. You're not even worth a box of 22s at 180 grain, which is like one of the cheapest rounds that you can buy. You're not even worth that. So get off your high horse, woman. We've had enough of that out of you.
Now, she would reply to this very shortly after and say, had to update the tweet since I didn't want to spread misinformation, my bad on that. And what she was referencing was the fact that in the first version of this, she would link an image in which Chibi Reviews says, went to Walmart today and saw some cute LOL.
Yep, I absolutely gave her the bird here. This is my if you guys have seen Anger Management, it's literally that old dude giving the finger. Another VTuber boss bitch to unfollow. If you guys remember that tweet, if you're active participants on my X account. Yeah. That's what this tweet was in reference to, because I knew that her original tweet on Chibi was a fucking lie. Everybody's taken screenshots of Chibi's tweets and gone. He's at the level of called out of context that it rivals Charlie Kirk.
Lies, which honestly made my day. Lol. So this is a fake tweet, right?
She do it to herself and cry victim.
Many use it to hate.
Cody, I'm going to head out for tonight. I'll see you later. Thank you, Iron Bear.
He pretty much likes children.
I'll make sure that if I react to that video, dude, I'll make sure to post it on YouTube for you.
Characters, right? So, you know, just straight up admitting he's a pedophile. This image has spread so much on the internet that there's a lot of people who believe it's real. In fact, even Internet Anarchist, when he made his video about Chibi, had initially included this tweet, which later forced him to re-upload the video once he found out that it was fake. In this case, though, Demi would fairly quickly remove it and edit the tweet, because I'm pretty sure you can't edit after an hour had passed. But to some, the damage was already done. It didn't matter. You clearly knew what you were doing trying to slander his name, and no amount of trying to fix it will solve this. Now, this tweet, of course, would attract...
Yep, that's what we all said.
Many people who hate her. It would receive a lot of backlash. It simply didn't do anything to calm down Chibi fans who were pissed at her. At the same time, I'd be lying to you if I said that Chibi wasn't also receiving hate himself. As I said, opinions were really divided into two categories with no nuance. You either hated Demi or you hated Chibi, there was no in between. But here's the thing. All of a sudden, you had a third group of people join in on this drama. People who didn't really care who Chibi or Demi even were. They were just shocked to see a VTuber allegedly getting railed live on stream.
Yep. And she deserved it. She deserved literally the one thing that we can say about tourism coming into the VTubing space that actually did something good was take a giant deuce all over this woman for what she did.
This is yet another post referencing that same stream, getting over 7 million views. Here's another post saying this clip makes it far more obvious.
Dead channel, just so we're clear.
Getting 5 million views.
Well, bro, she's actually not. She's only lost 30,000 followers on X, man. It really didn't make a dent in it. She's still got her gooner base that can keep supporting her, bro.
One would say, man, she's weird for doing this, but why do people care about this? The person who posted it would say, who knows? I just thought it was funny, LMAO. So see, this was a third group of people coming in, not really caring about the drama. In fact, they don't even know how this drama began, just acting shocked over this. This is yet another post saying, yo, Demi, I think you might want to take down the VOD. Getting railed midstream is kind of crazy. This would again get over 6 million views. And I mean, in general, for June 14th and 15th, this had taken over the entire website.
Yes, Demi was actually trending on X for about 2 hours. Yeah. Demi was trending in entertainment for 2 hours because of this.
Now, yes, of course, I'm going to show you clips so that you can make up your own mind, but I just want you to understand. This had gotten
I'm
so
starting to
viral
hate the
that when you
world,
go to YouTube,
allegedly.
you can try this right now. Pause the video and
I
do
can
it
make a
yourself.
bigger dent.
If you
All I
just
need
as
is
much type
Templar armor, a
Demi,
sword, and a shield.
you will see one of the first results being Demi plays Outer Wilds #2.
Yeah, see? She was trending on X, dude, for 2 hours, and now I'm finding out she was trending on YouTube. Because she just doesn't stream, she multi-streams. She's on Twitch and she's on YouTube when she streams. I have no idea how this was not reported to YouTube. I was completely perplexed by that throughout the whole entire day on the 15th. I wondered how YouTube did not strike her channel at all.
Demi Outer Wilds 2, Deminishki Outer Wilds, Demi Outwards to VOD. This didn't just take over the algorithm of Twitter.
I see
this
you,
took
Lumi.
over the YouTube algorithm too. Prior to this drama, this VOD had like 50k views, maybe 60k views at most, under 100k for sure. In less than 48 hours, it had reached over 800,000 views. And as you might expect, most of the top comments, actually no, you know what, all of them are referencing her being railed. There were multiple comments describing in very painful detail.
Yeah, people were sending me this list. Like I got three of this list DM'd to me that day. Literally. Three different people DM'd me this list saying, "Hey bro, you're like I see your name in the little Demi responses, dude. You need to see this."
Detail what was happening during every suspicious event. I mean, this guy right here would just admit it himself.
Yeah, that's the guy who DM'd me.
Spent 6 hours
Wow.
watching the VOD and making these timestamps. 6 hours. Everyone making these timestamps would claim that she was getting railed for over 2 hours on stream.
Hey chat, I'm gonna give you a warning right now. I'm like farting like a madman, so when this video's over, I'm gonna take a break and yeah, we're gonna do an emergency dump.
So look, at this point, it's pointless to keep talking about this. You have to listen to it yourself to make up your own opinion.
Anyway, since
So
Demi
let's
is getting
do this.
railed on
I'm gonna
stream, that
increase the
simply
volume
means that
during
she's
editing on
starting
these clips so
a
that way you can
domino
tell what's
effect,
going on,
so expect
even
others
if
to
you're
start
on
doing this
speakers,
crap.
Because the people
Meme,
claiming
I
she
don't
was
doubt
getting
it.
railed were also claiming
I don't
that
doubt
you
it.
could hear clapping in the background, all right? So it's up to you to decide. Let's actually start with the first clip that went viral here. It's 2 minutes long, and this really was the one that started this narrative, okay? This is Patient Zero. Watch for yourself.
Of course. This? Of course! Yes! I have bad news, Evans. Yarrow says that was a problem with the proposed power source, so the
Come on, bro. Come on. Her boyfriend, dude, has little dick syndrome.
orbital probe cannon won't be asked if, wow, I cannot fuck.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're definitely not getting railed there, Demi. Jesus Christ. Not everybody in VTubing is fucking retarded, Demi.
Reading, dude. Dude, I was like actually like grade 1 level of like reading, dude. Oh my god, dude. Shit.
Oh my god, I can't read because
Oh my god.
because I'm getting blind.
I just need to like calm down.
I just need to calm down because I can't focus.
I'm calm now.
Yeah, and then he goes right back to doing what he was doing. Nice try, Demi.
I hope you're pulling my my this is so fucking.
Notice how she just lifted off of her chair, chat. Notice that. Notice how her VTuber model is lifting up.
Read slower? You just gotta just lock in, dude. Okay, sorry.
So gonna
I hope
spread
you're
to
pulling
Cha-Cha
my locomotive
first.
limb here, Cassava. Oh, I think I just have to go more American, sorry.
I think Cha-Cha's better than that. I think that Cha-Cha wouldn't do it, but there's a whole entire reason why I unfollowed Cha-Cha anyway. she supported Demi in her little Fansly thing back when it was announced that Offkai was giving permission slips to fucking kids under 17. I find that to be retarded. If you want to stand by that stance, I can unfollow you. And then I found out that Demi followed her, and I was just like, so you support Fifi doing what she's doing with kids under 18 getting allowed to this shit, and now you're literally followers with this woman who's getting boinked publicly? Alright, fine, I'll unfollow you too.
I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain
She's literally...
that they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on an indefinite hiatus. Whoa!
Bro.
I suddenly can read really properly, what the fuck? Tell Private and Mallow they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain from the construction yard from now.
This is so dumb, chat.
Mallow and I will join you and Dad's. Private left to... I can't. Private left to visit her
Pretty
friends.
sure
She
there's a
fears
high likelihood that it's
ideally
gonna
feel
happen.
Responsible.
Well, inverted.
What the
But,
fuck
hey.
does that mean?
I could see any
What does
VTubers
that
with a Fansly
even
doing it.
mean?
I don't doubt that, Dominic.
Mallow, my better 50%. Cassava is studying the last of its
This
cannon
is so...
components. Soon, relatively
This is
speaking, we'll
such
know the eye's
deplorable
precise
behavior.
location. Wait, they found the eye!
Alright, so this was the clip with 10 million views. What were you supposed to look out for? Well, according to the people alleging that she was getting railed here, it was about her over-the-top reactions, it was about her constantly wiggling back and forth, it was about her behavior in general, alright? Now to the person that said, this clip makes it far more obvious, WTF, LMAO, also garnering 5 million views, I'll let you watch it and decide for yourself.
We'll be ignoring that setting. Oh, I can posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our nature, so I suggest we do.
It's always at a peak, dude. It's always at a peak of when she's moving up and down does she make those noises. I mean, a guy gets lucky every now and then and finds the G-spot dude during sex. Alright, this is... To everybody that's had freaking sex before, they know that this is normal behavior during sex. You can't unquantify that, Mujin, no matter how much you want to fucking suck her titties, dude.
Do. Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it structurally would stand creates the greatest chance of finding
Get the heavy flamer first and an extra amount of eye bleach.
Yes, the probe!
Bro, at the end of that day, I literally wanted to dunk my head in a vat of bleach. I wanted to cleanse my brain, bro, knowing that it would end me. I literally felt so dirty after this clip, the clip before, the whole entire list just kept on getting DM'd to me and DM'd to me and DM'd to me. It was nuts, bro.
Must travel as fast as it can and as far as it can! I see.
I wouldn't remember, it's been many years.
So again, same argument here, her behavior, the way she's talking, the way she's moving. These two clips were enough for these people to conclude that she was being hyped. Now I'm going to use some of the top comments on this video of people who genuinely believe that she got railed so that you can determine whether what they're saying is real or not. One top comment would say, bro, the clap, crying emoji, so let's take a look at that.
Oh, I can pause it with nearly 100%.
Right, so that clap right there was deemed suspicious. Another top comment would say she tried to play that off, linking another timestamp. Let's check it out.
Really, homie? You're a horrible actor, Demi.
I need to keep on sight everything that's already still
I haven't
here.
smashed yet,
Another top
and
comment
even
would
I
say
can tell
here,
she's
she
getting
is
clapped
really
like a
taking
dog.
it here, bro. Linking
The fuck
another
would I
timestamp.
use YouTube?
Maybe read more than half of the instructions. Like, okay, listen.
Actually, other than timestamps, there's also most replayed. Oh my god, this VOD has been watched so many times. Around 112, it's the most replayed part of the entire video, so we can check that out too. It's her with her tongue out.
Oh my god, she just kissed that dude. I didn't see this. She just kissed her Oh, glad. I am so happy I unfollowed this broad. I am so happy about that, chat. 100%. So happy.
God, dude, I need to stop sticking my tongue out when I'm focusing. It's really fucking embarrassing and I don't know how to fucking stop.
Alright, so I guess it's mostly about the tongue here, and the rest of this most replayed part is...
Nope, because any dude on the planet knows what a woman looks like when she's giving head. That was a face of giving head. Congratulations, Demi.
Is the clips that we already
You literally took... it took you one day and you turned into an e-thought.
saw, the ones that got 10 million views and 5 million views. I guess, okay, the actual last thing I'll show
Listed
you
my
is something
Rumble
from this
on my Twitch.
diabolical codex of timestamps.
Might want to watch out for that one, Lumi. Twitch actually checks that shit as a bannable offense.
In which this person highlights that Demi was being, well, choked.
Why is everything going black?
You're fucking me. Oh, and I thought I needed brain bleach when everybody was DMing me this. Oh, Lord, I definitely need it now.
I also saw a post on Twitter saying that this was proof that she liked to be choked during, you know what. But I'll leave that up to you.
Twitch is
Was she
gay and
actually
lame.
going through
It
that,
is,
or was
Fez.
this nothing more than a bit than a joke?
Do I follow
I'd
you
say
somewhere
the last
else?
notable clip here is someone on
I mean, I'm on Kick too. My links to my Kick page are on my X profile. Literally.
Twitter claiming that she is grabbing his shit on stream, also garnering around 5 million views. Okay, again, up to you to decide.
Boom.
Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And I'm the a-hole for calling her out on this. Yep. Yeah, you little Demi simps are some, like, really, really, really demented people. Still a thing around September, the NSFW AI slop I'll make of her will be glorious. Haha! Thanks, Captain Obvious. I know, right?
And with that, you are all caught up to the clips where people were claiming that she was being railed. Now, of course, while this did go viral and led to millions of people believing it, there were still some people that disagreed, right? That offered counter arguments.
Ruzar, thank you for the
For
kick
example,
follow,
this
buddy.
person would show this clip saying that, yes, this clip where she acted kind of sus was missing context, because this is what happened prior. This is referencing the clip that got 10 million views.
The thought of concluding our elders' curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. God, dude, am I reading some fucking, like, e-sex? What the fuck is going on?
Regardless, though, this had blown up beyond anyone's wildest dream.
Oh, dear God, dude. Now we get to the point of where Rev gets involved with this. Rev literally called this out in his third video about Demi this week. This is her non-apology, chat.
But instead of addressing this on Twitter, Demi would actually take the decision to address it in her Discord.
Warm
straight to
American
her
penny
community.
dollars are
She
on the
posted an
side for
announcement
this
saying,
warm
I'm not
body.
really surprised that
All right,
viewers
I got
genuinely
some
believe
eye
I
bleach
have
for
sex
you.
on
Just
stream because they
Google
probably never heard
Arabian
a woman talk to them
sand
IRL.
boa.
Nikita,
You'll get a
her
good
boyfriend,
chuckle.
was literally streaming at the same time.
Blech.
They're literally trying to make themselves have a POV. You can't make this shit up. They can't defend themselves with the points I've said, so they're doing a character smear campaign. Also, this was the time when we can hear each other during stream because he was in the bathroom. So to her, this was ridiculous. The guy was in the bathroom. She would never get railed on stream, and this was nothing more than an attempt to disparage her character. However, some people caught wind of that Discord announcement and actually decided to try and debunk what she was saying. This person right here would say, I believe Demi is lying about the date of her Outer Wilds stream. She claimed it was August 10th, but during her stream, she opens Instagram and you can see the date on her desktop. It's August 12th. She was streaming on August 10th, but she was playing Battlefield 6. You can see the date on her desktop again. Her boyfriend was streaming on August 10th as she claimed. You can see his desktop time too. So why does the description on her VOD say the Outer Wilds stream took place on August 10th and not August 12th? August 12th being the same day her boyfriend has no stream VODs uploaded. I think it's because she's lying and needs an alibi for her boyfriend. This doesn't prove she did anything dirty on her Outer Wilds stream, but I believe it does prove she changed the date of the stream in her description, which is pretty sus in my opinion. Does anyone have another explanation? I'll happily correct myself if so. So now the detectives were on the case, but here's the deal. Demi's Discord post trying to explain to her community what's going on would somehow backfire. Because now the narrative went from, oh, she was being piped by her
almost
own
had
boyfriend
another
live on stream.
Mods
to the
delete
new
that?
narrative, which
What?
is, oh, she says her boyfriend was streaming
The
at
snake
the same
that doesn't
time.
look like
Well,
a
that
snake?
means she was being piped by someone else. She's cheating on him and her boyfriend is a cuck. Yes, this somehow still managed to escalate to another level. The way these people would reach this conclusion is
Sambu
by
is
linking
such a
the
goofy
VOD
little
of the
fucker, it's
boyfriend as
great.
Demi was
What up,
streaming
Low
at the same
Ceiling?
time. They'd claim that while her boyfriend was streaming the game Counter-Strike, Demi was being piped by another guy on the opposite room because she was screaming in the background. Watch it for yourself.
Guys, Demi screaming in the other room, it threw me off, man. Okay, that's my reasoning behind that, okay?
Now,
You have got to be kidding me. This I did not know about. I did not know that she's got a cuck allegation for her fucking boyfriend. Oh my god, bro. Bro, you're literally getting cucked. You're in the cuck chair to a chick that's not even a 6.
look, the same person who tried to debunk Demi's behavior in her out-of-bounds stream by adding more context would again pop in with a post with over 5 million views saying that these allegations were
Should
incorrect.
I?
He had
Too
matched the
late
time
now?
codes of both the boyfriend stream and Demi's stream
What?
and concluded that her screams
What are
had
you
nothing to
doing?
do with getting piped. You see, the clip we just watched, he'd argued that at the same time this was happening, this is what was happening on Demi's stream.
It's actually from before, right? They're just. I don't think. The only thing that can kill me is. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Now, one of the top critics of this user would be someone saying, dude, you are cutting the nearly 2 hours of video where she bounces around and moans. It's a 2-hour long video and you just nitpick the parts where she looks less suspicious and then edits to make her look innocent.
That's actually pretty valid.
And while yes, this post of debunking those claims would get over 5 million views and would get people agreeing with it, it would of course still get backlash. Just like everything we've seen, honestly, so far. With this person calling Demi fans cuckolds, you know, implying that
Demi fans fighting for their lives, trying not to get labeled as an army of cuckolds. Oh my
they're just
god!
flipping over the fact that she was being railed on stream. Manager Jojo, the same guy who was trying to debunk these claims, would even go as far as show proof that these two VODs actually line up by showing his editing software, because some were claiming that he was using the wrong VOD and that he was a liar. By this point, this was really all over the place. Depending on your interests on Twitter, it could have literally just taken over your entire feed, and it was really
Yeah, like I said, she was trending for 2 hours. This is like... Everybody was on this one, chat. Like, there was no avoiding Demi's situation whatsoever. There's no avoiding it.
featuring every single type of personality at this point. You had detectives, you had shit posters, you had normies who had no idea what was going on that were just interested in the idea of a VTuber getting railed on stream. As I said, this had been trending on Twitter for multiple days, claiming that there were over 250,000 posts made just talking about it. It would become a global phenomenon, spreading as far as Indonesia, the entire Spanish-speaking community, and even China. Okay, do you know how many Western dramas make it to China or Japan? I apologize in advance for revealing to you this information, but this Japanese person would claim that they love Demi, the idea of a VTuber getting piped on stream is really hot, and would then
I got all those comments too. I had like 16 of them in the thread where I posted, dude, that's such degen behavior, you getting railed, violating TOS on Twitch. There were like 16 of them in that thread that were like, not gonna lie, this is like kind of hot. And I was like, oh my god.
then proceed to spill their mayonnaise over this image of her, okay? I can't really explain this in
What?
more detail, all right? He would just empty his mayonnaise bottle on this image of her VTuber model. This had escalated to the most ridiculous level I've seen in so long. And yet,
These people were literally busting a nut and then putting it on the internet?
I'm here to tell you that it somehow escalated.
I hate this
further
timeline.
and got
This is Sparta!
June 16th, barely just a few days after this fight began, Chibi was saying, "I feel this is important
Hi,
to say.
Corporo. Thank
If
you for the
Demi
follow.
actually offered me a sincere apology,
Hi,
I'd accept
tributes.
it on the spot. I believe in forgiveness and goodwill. However, apologies are hard nowadays because of pride and ego usually gets in the way, especially if you're a content creator.
I do not
Again, as I
vibe
said
with this
earlier, to
universe.
Chibi,
Take
he
me,
was the
God.
real victim here, and Demi was the aggressor. If she had simply
Thanks,
just
I hate it.
apologized, then none of this would have happened. He would also comment on all these viral clips of that Outer World stream, saying, when it's multiple examples of her getting railed, it's no longer just an act. We don't have complete definitive proof, but it is damning.
No shit. It's damning. She's actually getting boinked. I don't know how you can be in denial of that. I hate to tell you this, Chibi, but I'm going to wholeheartedly disagree with you, my man. She was getting boinked. You don't even need definitive proof. You know for a fact that when you watch that, the sounds that she's making, when she does it, if you've ever had sex in your life, you know for a fact that she was getting boinked, bro.
Now, of course, this will
I did. After my divorce, I went through my hoe phase. I know exactly what just dirty sex is all about, bro.
lead to some people saying we don't have complete definitive proof, so it's fine to call
Me
Chibi
looking
a
up at the
pedophile
gates of
then.
heaven. Let
Just the
me
usual
in. Let
back
me
and forth in.
in.
front of this website, but you get the point. To Chibi, she was 100% being piped on stream, and it further showed just how bad her character truly was. But this simply wasn't
Demi
about
is the
her
best
brand
D
or
tier
victim
lady of the
model
night.
anymore,
In no
because now
way
this would
is this
escalate
worship of
further
her
by
even
including the way
remotely
she looked
understandable.
IRL.
I
Yes,
agree with
this
you,
image
Tragedy.
shows Demi in real life. A Twitter user would
Yeah, like you're telling me that that's worth that, dude. No, that's not even cute, dude. That's not being thick. That you're obese. Yeah. You need to get on a treadmill immediately.
she looked IRL. Yes, this image shows Demi in real life. A Twitter user would make a now deleted post. I'll explain.
Yeah,
why.
that's her,
Deleted,
Rune.
but they would make
Yeah.
a post attaching this image and calling Demi
That's
a
her.
whale, right? Attacking how she looks, body shaming, etc., etc. Now, what would happen next was
That ain't worth the
unexpected, I think,
dirt
to
on
many,
my
especially the
boots.
poster.
At best,
Aspen
a
would
D
come in,
tier.
reply to this
Exactly.
post and say,
That's what I
"Only a
said."
full-" I'm pretty sure I cannot say that word on YouTube.
And then you got Asmongold getting his ass into this. The only reason that this dude gets laid is that he has millions of dollars and he made it on the internet. That's it. He doesn't do what I do and go to the gym every morning making himself look halfway decent. He just has money. That's the only reason that chicks want to get down with him.
YouTube, only a fool would post a photo like this of another girl in an attempt to shame her. For many, this is an A or even S tier body type. Only jealous girls with eating disorders wouldn't understand that. She carries less fat in her face than you do. Think about that. Aspen would say this because other than the picture of her body, it would also include this image of Demi, her actual face. This reply from Aspen would get almost 1 million views, and he would get a lot of hate for it. His own community was fairly outraged over the fact that just 2 months ago he had made a video titled "Fat Acceptance Has Gone Too Far," and there he was, very directly defending someone that they thought was fat, but in his opinion was an S-tier body. But here's the thing, the person who had initially posted this, right, calling her a whale and getting hundreds of
Oh, wow, I got this person DM me too about it.
thousands of views,
Ooh.
maybe even more than 1 million, was expecting Asmund to maybe react to this and agree with
Maybe
them on
it's
stream.
become
When
Demi
he
is
would
a
come in and
demon.
disagree,
She is a
though,
fucking
the
demon.
original poster would without
Aspen being
exaggeration,
corrupted
have
by that
a
rainbow
meltdown.
shirt he
They'd
has been
say,
wearing.
I mean, you call people fat all the time.
Homie, if I could reach through the screen every time that I've seen him in that stupid, dorky, ridiculously just obscene rainbow shirt, I would reach through the computer monitor and rip it off of him. Shred it to pieces in front of him and watch him cry.
Bro, let's not play the hypocrisy game. Also, photos were already publicly available. Let's
I
not
will
play
say,
this game, bub.
uh,
Again, sit this
It's kind of
one out.
mean that they
And would
didn't
continue
wait
to
till
say,
she
"Says
wasn't
male."
in
So you
Bigfoot
insulted women
pose
for
to
no
snap
reason
the
in your
picture.
response,
Oh
and
my
yes, I'll insult
god,
the whale.
whoa.
Have a good day, bro. Keep up the good political streams. I'll be tuning in. They would then make another post saying, also, I am a man, bro, so you trying to play hero was retarded. Just saying, man, want to read a profile before you jump in like a simp and talk shit, lol. They would then make another reply saying, lol, this thread got some angry crybaby simps in here, lol. I mean, please continue. Here we go with another reply. Funny how literally minus a select few simps, the majority agrees with me, Asmund. Take the L, my guy. You have been racking those up lately. Gotta relax a bit, lol. This person would then go ahead and tag 3 different content creators, calling them out, saying, hey, you guys would love this. You might enjoy this L take from Asmund. Hey, check it out. Come here, look at this. And the last thing they would say is, people are telling me now to block Asmongold and report Mass's account. Yeah, no, I don't do that shit. It is retarded. He has a right to comment even if it is a retarded take. Unlike most people on here, I am not sensitive. He is
I have the exact same take, guys.
allowed to roast me as
Like I said, I don't block anybody. You can come at me at any way that you want. Any way that you want. I don't care.
I will him. And yeah, shortly afterwards, this person would go ahead and delete the original post. But the reason why I'm even mentioning it was because the damage had been done. As I said, it would get a substantial amount of views, and now more people were aware of how Demi looked IRL. Most of them probably didn't even know that she had revealed her face and her body. But now they
Put the
did.
two photos side by side and shave the Bigfoot.
But don't worry, we're not going to be
Bigfoot
talking
is
about
in
her
better
body
shape.
too long, because
Holy
something
shit.
else would sprout out during this whole radioactive mess. Some people would find old tweets of hers, like back in March
Oh, Lord. Emerald Apple's going to be in this.
2023, in which she said, I have BPD, which stands for borderline personality disorder. She would say, I'd like to apologize for sometimes, in a way, sabotaging my own growth in Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm not good with change, to be honest, so when chat starts to be different and etc., I kind of freak out mentally, trying my best to be better, much love. So this person would write an entire post of 12 paragraphs, garnering over 3 million views, attaching this image we just saw, and would essentially say, hey, listen, my sister has BPD, so I can speak on Demi. And in it, he'd argue that much of her
Yeah, I agree with you, Emerald, because I can say the same thing about calling Asmongold's abortion take on Down syndrome people and autistic people. I definitely see your point of view because I have a little sister that's on the spectrum, which is why I don't like watching Asmongold right now. That dude pissed me off with that take. My little sister is worth it. She is a happy human being. So fuck you, Asmund, for that take.
behavior that her haters had a problem with was due to this.
Bigfoot hikes across state, Demi hikes to the desert bar.
And that they will
Desert
frequently
bar.
engage in
Oh.
DARVO, deny, attack, reverse
Both
victim,
my
and
kids are
offender.
autistic.
So at this point, there were many narratives being used against Demi
Burn.
that honestly, even I can't keep track. But look, regardless of everything, right? Whether people were using her IRL appearance, her current relationship with her boyfriend, the fact that she has BPD, honestly, nothing mattered when put up against the main thing that people were interested in, which was the narrative of her being piped on stream. So on June 16th, she would finally make a tweet addressing it, and she kept it very short, saying, "If I was crazy enough to fuck on stream, I'd at least have an OF to bait engagement skull emoji. Stop forcing your cuck fantasies on others, my ass too fat to move that little." This would garner millions of views, but it would also garner many replies, and I mean, it's really mixed here. Looking at the top replies, one can say that genuinely half of them are siding with her and half of them are going against her, saying, yeah, dude, we have enough proof to deduce that you were actually doing it live on stream. As this was happening, Chibi would tweet this, saying, hold up. Is it true she's deleting tweets to hide evidence now? This all could have been avoided if she didn't double and triple down. My mask off ability is stronger than ever. As this was going on, he would do something that he always typically does whenever there's a conflict or drama surrounding him, which is post a screenshot of his stats, saying my stats on Twitter for the last 7 days, showing that he's gotten over 17 million impressions, which also means money since he's monetized on the website. Now, Demi wouldn't post anything for around more than 24 hours since she would make that post about how if she really wanted to get railed on stream, at least she would have an OF account. And then on June 17th, she would decide to make this post saying, I was ready to genuinely take this to the ground because of the idea that why should I...
Yeah, this is what I did my second reaction video to. This response right here.
ever feel bad being rude to someone who's a piece of shit. But after some reflection, the thought occurred to me, do I
Cody,
really want to go as
congratulations
low as
on your
him? And the
milestone.
answer
Thank you,
was
Sir
no.
Reckless.
I said what I said because I personally think that there is no
Thank you,
scenario
buddy.
that a friend group chooses the side of a fiance that cheats. I can't even fathom friends siding with a cheater. However, what I had brought
Demi
it
is
up if I
so
knew that he was
fat,
suicidal
Thanos had to
because of it.
snap
I
twice.
admitted it in the previous tweet, so why didn't I apologize? Because he's this and that, blah, blah, blah. But I thought
Damn.
about it, and that kind of ideology is quite harmful. I knew I was wrong, and I admitted that twice, but I didn't apologize. So after reflection, I am sorry. I'm sorry for bringing up a memory that made some...
No, you're not. 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 I even said in this thread that just because you have BPD doesn't give you the right the excuse to where you shat on him for getting cheated on and almost, self-harming himself for it. That doesn't excuse it. That could have led to death, Demi, and you made fun of that. Death is permanent. There's nothing that you can do to offset death. Once death happens, there is no rewind button.
Someone's suicidal. It was a low blow even if I didn't know, regardless of whether he was intentionally being a piece of shit. I don't want to stoop to his
But
level.
after some reflection, did she look in a fucking lake for that?
This was Demi essentially saying, look, I know what I did. I know I
Chat.
I didn't apologize. So at this point, I don't want to stoop as low as someone like Chibi. I do want to apologize.
Because
I
my
have no
kids do a
idea
lot
that
of
he
things
almost
I
left
did
this
as a
planet
kid,
due
trying to
this
get to the
happening him.
doctor so I
I'm
can
sorry.
get the
I'll
diagnosis, or
apologize,
maybe I'm
even
just
if you were
retarded.
intentionally being
But
a piece
either
of
way,
shit.
I need to
Well,
know.
Demi had reached this conclusion, right? She felt this was the right thing to do.
Hold on, since she
There
has
were some people who
BPD, does
supported
that
her,
mean
but for the most
Asmon
part, the
would
replies
be
were
okay
either
with
littered
her
"This isn't a
being
real
alt
apology,
F4'd
you owe
before
Chibi more than
birth?
that, and why did you...
Ooh. Ooh. I don't know, Asmon. Does she qualify, or does she still have that S-tier body enough to where she can get away with it? Don't know, buddy.
Apologize. Chibi doesn't deserve an apology. Now, shortly before this apology, Chibi would make this tweet saying, keeping it real and personal. I think the reason Demi attacked my personal life like she did was because 95% of the time people get away with it. You all have seen the tweets people have made about me, so the fact this blew up in the VTuber Demi's face is even a shock to me, and I know it is for her. Every post she makes has a shit ton of likes, but you're hard pressed to find a single positive comment defending her, and if you do, they are ratioed. Now, I'm not saying she's botting, but I know others can push bots on someone's post. It's not normal for a post to get that many likes, like 99% of the comments totaling hundreds or even thousands disagreeing with the main post. But onto the real point, I legit have weathered so much hatred that truthfully these last few days have been nothing. Nothing compares to the real life pain I experienced months ago. The worst day I had is behind me, and I have grown mentally stronger because of it. It's just funny seeing how I can cause a massive crash out on this scale for someone that is more successful than me. Anyways, just my throwaway thoughts on this entire situation was an extremely rare miscalculation that I didn't even expect. So here Chibi was...
That tweet is gold. Good job, Chibi. Chat. F in chat. F for respect in chat for Chibi reviews. Good job, buddy.
Pretty much, I guess, gloating that this had blown up in Demi's face, even though she's more successful than him, while also kind of accusing her of botting, or at least her community
F4
of botting,
before I was
saying that her
born,
posts
really
get way too
mad.
many likes
She
compared to how many
stopped
people are
at
willing
me.
to defend her in the replies. What do you
Keep
think?
going,
Are they
chat.
bots,
I want
or
to
are
see
they simply
more
employed?
O7s
Up to
and
you to
Fs
decide.
in chat.
Upon seeing the apology, Chibi would make this tweet, saying, after days of doubling down, Demi has finally decided to apologize to me at the end of her latest tweet. Before she did that, however, she made sure to call me a piece of shit, along with a few other things, despite saying she won't stoop low. Progress, I guess. So to Chibi, yeah, she did apologize, but it wasn't really an actual real apology, but hey, at least it's progress. A few hours later, he would make another tweet.
8
saying,
minutes.
despite VTuber Demi offering me an apology that called me a piece of shit and she will never stoop low, Demi
Take
went on
another
to
F.
posting this on
F.
the official Discord saying the
Take
apology
my
was never intended
F.
for me. However, prior to the Discord messages, she privately DM'd me on Twitter apologizing. So this means her private apology to me in DMs wasn't sincere at all, which is why I am showing it. So this was the screenshot of what Demi said in the Discord. I'm going to read it out. She said, I'm seeing a lot of messages here in the Discord. Please, crying emoji. It was never for them. They would have never been any of my viewers. Look at any of their profiles and realize that I angered the group of people that I would have banned in my chat anyway, literally. I did this apology not only for me, but for my community to be able to move on. I personally think I can genuinely think someone else is a piece of shit while realizing I'm in the wrong for doing something too. And then he would show the image of her sending him a DM saying, Chibi, genuinely my bad for making you remember something that traumatized you. I had no idea when I made that first message. So, look, objectively speaking, right? Chibi is wrong here. He'd say Demi went on to posting this on her official Discord saying the apology was never intended for me. I'm pretty sure he's referencing the first paragraph here, her saying it was never for them. I'm pretty sure here she was saying that this apology wasn't for anyone who was trying to slander her name, anyone who was saying that she was getting railed, anyone that was calling her a hypocrite. She would specifically say, look at any of their profiles and...
No, that apology was purely for still, she was baiting her whole entire community. She wanted her echo chamber here, Mujin. This is the fourth thing that you've gotten wrong in your video, bro.
realize that I angered the group of people that I would have banned in my chat anyway, literally. Maybe Chibi's reference
07
in her
and
last
a dancing
sentence,
bee.
I did this
Thank
apology
you.
not only for me, but for my community to be able to move on.
Yeah, it was
She
a
specified,
non-apology.
I genuinely think someone else is a piece of shit. Here she's
I quite literally found I think Night Owl responded to it, and I retweeted Night Owl, and it was like, this is the biggest non-apology I've ever fucking heard.
referencing Chibi while realizing I'm in the wrong for doing something too. Someone would reply to Chibi's post.
Yeah,
saying,
it
"I
was
still
pure
wouldn't trust
corporate
but that's
talk.
me."
Yeah,
And Chibi would
that's
say
what it
she's
felt
trying
like to me
admit it
too,
wasn't an
Father.
apology to me with these posts, so there's nothing to trust.
I've shit out
I
better
would
apologies
think
after
that most
Taco
people
Bell.
looking at this
Oh my
wouldn't
god.
really understand it the same way. But regardless of whether she actually meant it towards him or not, Chibi was not convinced. He was not ready to let this die down. On June 18th, he would make a post saying, VTuber Demi has apologized to me, but do I accept it or deny it? Linking a video and an image of Demi's model on the ukulele apology. At this point though, people had already somewhat started to move on from this. But to the people who were still invested, there were many mixed opinions. She didn't mean this, she was forced to make this apology, or she actually meant it, or even if she didn't mean it, just move on already and get to something else. In this video of his, he would reiterate what he's already said on Twitter. The fact that this wasn't a real apology, the fact that her Discord message disproved what she was saying to him in DMs, while giving a full 17-minute recap of what happened so far, and of course referencing the whole idea of her getting railed on stream. Watch.
Trying to retweet NSFW of her model, despite saying she doesn't want it. But even prior to this, she literally has
ukulele
these,
apology
these
video,
streams
but
where
I
she's
love the
making
memes
very
it created.
Suggestive and adult-like sound.
Hey bro, you can sometimes get a good golden nugget out of something made of so much shit that it makes the world a better place, man. Some shit can be turned to gold.
And, you know, let's just go on a limb here and humor the fact of what some people are saying, that
GPT
Demi,
wrote that? Oh my
getting,
god, Grim, not
stuff
you.
like that in the live stream.
Okay, chat, how many of you guys actually feel that was like the most corporate AI responded apology out there? I legitimately just thought it was disingenuous. I thought it was a non-apology. Obviously, if Demi rose to celebrity status, she is already considered at celebrity status, Rune. She's already there. She's got 5 digits in her follower count. She's already considered there. But she's shit. Okay. Okay. I do not think it was an apology. Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, Grim is 5. Dear God, bro. How do you fuck up that badly, man? How do you fuck up that badly to where dudes in my chat are saying that you're disingenuous?
Okay. The sounds, the way it is presented is very suggestive. Now, I'm gonna say, I don't care if a VTuber or anyone wants to do that. What I am saying is that she had the audacity to do stuff like that within a stream, even if nothing was happening, and then goes on to do stuff like this. It's just like, you know what you're doing. It feels very performative, it feels very hypocritical, and virtue signaling.
So yeah, it seemed like Chibi was not backing down from this. He was still using the same talking points, simply reiterating them on the video, while also insisting that other than the Discord message making it sound
they're being
disingenuous,
hypnotized by the dancing
the
bee.
word sorry in DMs, she could only say my bad.
I mean, like I said, that was all corporate talk.
Then end his video by
she didn't
saying
apologize.
this.
She was trying to keep the drama going.
That's content creation. The internet.
Whoa, Grim. That's an interesting take. You really think that she wanted to keep this going? She wanted to keep this Chibi versus her battle going? Are we being serious right now? That's a legit take. You really think that? I think that she was just on a downward spiral because her mentality couldn't take it anymore. I never considered that she might be actually doing it on purpose. More views, more money. She's one of the mean girls. It keeps her relevant and draws in more gooners. Ooh, that's I like that. I actually like that take. That take makes sense. Okay. Alright. I can see where you're coming from, Grim.
You forget. So even if she was to apologize to me, people, that wouldn't be enough for them. Even if it was enough for me, it wouldn't be enough for them. But I will say, if she genuinely does want to apologize, I will accept an actual apology instead of these backhanded, back and forth things going on, trying to label me a piece of shit just for being weird. It's just, all this started from me calling you a virtue signaler. I would like to remind that. So,
for Chibi, the narrative had not changed here. He was the victim, she was his aggressor, but if she's still willing to make a sincere apology to him, he's willing to forgive her. What do you think of this? Is he right here, or is he moving the goalpost to the point where Demi can never win? Now, speaking of Demi, it seems like she genuinely moved on from this and isn't interested in pursuing it further. On
Like I
June
said,
18th, the same
I don't.
day Chibi would post his video, she would tweet out, "I have never had this much compliments with how I look before. I've always been insecure with being a bigger girl and struggled to lose weight because of EDS and PMOS. Maybe I'll send an update photo of my..."
Yo, woman, pick a fucking struggle. You're just fat. You're fat and mentally deprived. It's not really that hard of an equation to figure out, Demi.
progress, since a lot of people are liking old tweets. This would get a lot of attention, and yet again, the replies will be very mixed. On one hand, they're not willing to let her forget what she did to Chibi unless she apologizes, and on the other, well, they were just they were just being gooners, okay? And with that, congratulations, you're all caught up on this absolute radioactive mess. Here's hoping it doesn't progress further. Alright, so final thoughts. If I had to compare this to something, I would compare it to World War I. You know, history books tell you that World War I started because Austria's Archduke, Franz Ferdinand, was assassinated. But after 4 years of one of the most brutal wars in human history, after millions dead, do you think anyone in 1918 thinking about the war was like, oh yeah, I remember how it started? No, it had escalated to something so crazy that it didn't really matter how it started. And that's the same.
Like I said, I don't think that was an apology.
Who cares?
It is there in case she gets called out. She is able to go, see, I tried to apologize, but he didn't accept it. And now he's just being mean. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, that, yeah.
This would have been
I agree.
D-tier level drama. But if you've noticed, especially since
don't know enough about Chibi to really have an opinion on the dude. Demi went straight for his throat, and that's unforgivable. That's exactly what I said.
I don't think it's purely just because people.
I don't need to hear his conclusion. I've already heard him be the most biased toward Chibi this is the most biased video I've ever heard from Mujin ever. This is such a one-sided video, bro. You're an idiot, Mujin. If I didn't know Chibi, as in like we talk in DMs and all that, dude, I would come to the same conclusion as you. She went straight for something that's just like so off limits. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do it? That's just you being evil spirited. That's what it would look like to me if I didn't, talk to Chibi. And now that I've stood up for Chibi, I'm just getting the haterade from every stupid leftist quango known to man. And now the Cheto allegations are starting to come into play too. But I'm glad I was able to react to this. I'm going to edit it tonight, and I'm going to have that and the Rev video posted for the weekend, chat. This is just baller crazy how one-sided this video was. It's actually kind of crazy.